My way back up to the house, showing you pictures. A lot of aquatic life. We're seeing frogs. I've got fish, baby fish, turkey and deer. My wife's seen ducks on the pond this morning. This is the headwater of the pond. And even now you can see how clear it is. I get a good close shot. This is looking through the water itself. This is the beginning, the headwater of the pond. This is our bridge. This is right below the house. This See how clear the water is? This is right in behind the house. We keep it all clean, keep all the leaves out of it on our property anyway, keep it out of the pond. The water is just crystal clear. When we built here 20-some years ago, 28 years ago, there was water in this ditch line that fed the pond, but since then it's dried up, and all the water we get for the pond is surface water. This is right in behind the house. The house is there. It's that close. Extremely close. I mean, it's so clear. And again, this is surface water that we get for the pond. I'm afraid it's going to be devastating on the clarity of the water when they start construction. All our surface water comes from the adjoining properties. Mr. David Denner joins me, and then above him it's Palmer's residence. And the 4-lane is just a few hundred yards from where I'm standing. There should have been serious precautions took to keep this water as clear as it is. I'm just afraid it's going to be devastating on my pond when they start. Here's my proof. I don't know how to set in closer. Look how clear the water is. And it should stay that way. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure it stays that way. End of filming. Today is Monday, April 11th, 2016. The logger is getting really close. They're probably a day or so away. I want to show the required easement post of the next to the ditch line that feeds my pond. The reason this water stays so clear going into my pond, Mother Nature has got her own natural filter that starts in the woods up here. The adjoining land's a natural pasture land. So Mother Nature filters all this water. And when they come in here and start the logging and stripping, they're taking away Mother Nature's filter. But the reason I'm taping this is if we come back Here's the required easement. There's the number on it. There is no silt screen, sediment pond, nothing to protect my pond. My pond is full of aquatic life that feed the fish. It's got fish in it. I'm very disturbed that they ain't made precautions to protect it, to put some type of filter to make up for Mother Nature's filter. This is wrong. This is wrong. Very wrong. I'm going to get down where you can see the water now. We're supposed to have some rain coming back in tonight. It's almost dried up, but this water stays crystal clear. It's because of Mother Nature's filter. We can't duplicate Mother Nature's filters, but we can try. And no effort has come from the state to do it. There's no precaution taken on this right here. This is going to be devastating on my pond. This is my evidence. My evidence. It's wrong. And I hope I'm wrong. End of filming. This is still Monday, April 11th, 2016. I was on the other side of the 4-lane. This is on the opposite side. Palmer's land. There's the stakes. That should be the required easement. And then Palmer's, I don't want to go over and trespass, but you can see the pasture land past the trees. And all this is flat where they're going to put the 4-lane through here. It's kind of hard to see through the recording, but it's just almost like a marshland when it rains. And through the years, it's just a natural filter. It's leaves and logs that's fell through the year. And it's so flat that all the rain from a lot of water is generated off of Palmer's field. As it comes through, it just settles and it filters, and as it goes down, you can't even see the ditch line through this flat. It starts tapering, almost like a funnel. And as it goes down, it ends up in the ditch line behind my house that feeds my pond. Crucial mistake I think that the state made on this. If we go back around, just beyond the stake is the road, the county road. Well, across the road, about in the same area I'm at, they're putting a sediment pond, but it's not helping this. I think that they should have had not just a temporary sediment pond, but a permanent basin. And the state knew about this. They didn't want to listen to me, saying there was only 10% more generated water coming off the road, which I do not believe. I do not believe it. But to filter, there's no nothing took in consideration here. I don't know what happened to them. My words, it's just a blunder. I hope I don't have to use this evidence, but this is my evidence. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they do right. But again, like I say, the loggers are less than 2 days away. Today is Monday, April 18th. I hope it's going to be the last recording I have to make. The DOT come in sometime last week and put up some orange barrier. I guess it's holding up operations of the logging until they can find out from higher up what they want to do. If they're not very careful, they're going to destroy this pond. Where the wood's being cut is probably no more than 600-700 feet. I mean, it's so close. This water stays so clear. They assured me that they would do everything possible to keep this water this clean. So I'm going to see. This is going to be my evidence if I have to fight you. Beautiful, beautiful pond. Last entry. June 17th, 10:30 p.m. This is muddy water. The DOT assured me this wouldn't happen, and I knew it would happen. I'll get more coverage of it, my pond. I hate to even look at my pond in the morning. But I told the idiots, and that's what they are. I explained to them. They come out and looked at it, said they'd take care of it. I knew this would happen. Devastation. I'll get more footage in the morning. Today's Saturday, June the 17th or 18th. I got a real problem with my pond. I told these guys what would happen. All this silk screen just failed. It didn't hold the water to come off this hill. I want to get pictures of this before I got my pond. It just didn't hold up. See where it run back in the woods here. It just crossed it. It fell. There's a ton of water comes through this place. I told them. And then when they remove all of this, I'm going to go to the pond. And all this is right up on the road. All this right here. And it just pond up. I mean, look at the mess. It ain't even got silk screen. All this runoff. As far back as you can see. This water's never been this muddy. Never. Never. This is right behind the house. Look, it's just terrible. Look at the mud. That's mud silt. Mud left on the banks. Water just as muddy. You can see how high it got. It got that high. It was approximately 5 feet deep right in here last night. First time in 25 years, 25 years that this water's been this muddy. muddy. January 2017, we've had approximately a good 2 inches of rain the last 24 to 36 hours. All the 4-lane, their silt systems, which is gravel and larger rocks, is in position. There's grass down, but still, look at how muddy this water is. I'm right at our property line. There's the house. And they're wanting to tell me and my wife this is acceptable. This amount of dirty, muddy water is acceptable. Guys, this is a bunch of crap. Let me record on down. My wife and I put these big rocks in to help slow the force of the waters that come through. But guys, this is muddy water. You can call it stained water. This is muddy water. I'm going to work my way down to the pond. You don't get no mud in that, guy. For a good 27 years, when it rained, our water was clean, and I'm going to focus it back around. Here, now this little portion right here is coming up from out of the woods. See how Mother Nature filtered it? And this was my biggest complaint to the DOT, and they ignored me. The water stayed that clear. And let me bring it right down and see what we got now. Guys, that's terrible. Terrible. The technology is here. The DOT could filter this water. My wife and I have got the right for our pond to be like it was.
That's where you're going to see majority of the activity there. So we're going to be clearing up as we go throughout our...
Today's Sunday, January 22nd, 2017. My wife and I have worked for 28 years, put thousands of hours into having a beautiful place. Having a beautiful place. We had a secluded spot back in here, isolated from the rest of the public. The DOT, when they come in, they've taken our privacy, our security buffer that we had up on the road when they put the 4-lane. They've completely devastated our pond. Tuesday this week, there were so many experts in their field come out, and they still ain't done nothing. They didn't try to put no hay bales, nothing now. We've had approximately 2 inches of rain. They knew about this early part of, I'd say, 2011. I made them aware of how sensitive this ecosystem was. This is how clear the water used to be. This is extremely clear. But now they're pumping this into it. the buffer that we had to filter all the water that come into this ditch line from way back. There's the house. I told them what they were doing. I got film of explaining how delicate this ecosystem was. And when they took over and removed Mother Nature's buffer that filtered all this water to be, that fed clean, clear, oxygenated life into our pond. It's hard for me to get these guys, these so-called experts in their field. We've been here for 26 years. We paid taxes. We're U.S. citizens. The DOT don't even have this right to damage what took us 28 years of our lives to build. And me in my lifetime, I'll never see it recover. Still Sunday, January 22nd. We'll get a close-up of this. How clear the water is. Mother Nature's buffer, wetlands, her filter, gave us this type of water in our pond for 28 solid years. And this is what the DOT is giving us. This is a crime. This is a crime. They didn't try to make up for what they removed in Mother Nature's filter, and it's been devastating. Devastating. I want it back like this. We deserve to have our pond back feeding, clear, oxygenated, pure, clean water back into our pond. And we need our pond restored. Anything that's killed in the state ought to be responsible. This whole ditch line used to be mossy, and it filtered out anything. It kept it so clean, and the mud just smothering it out. Everybody won't say it's not mud. This is muddy water. What else would you call it? That's above stained water, guys. In the film. Hottie. This is a mental crime, and I don't understand why I can't get backing on it. You are responsible, DOT. You are responsible. This was a beautiful, beautiful ecosystem. A beautiful, beautiful ecosystem. It took us 28 years of hard work, thousands on thousands of hours of work in 28 years to get the pond the way we wanted, the vegetation, the fish, keeping the wetlands, the buffer we had on the adjoining property. And the DOT took that away from us. I told them they could do permanent damage to this pond, and you've done it. You should have somehow, the technology's there, to put in a buffer filtration system that took place of the buffer that you took away. This is terrible. It's terrible. We don't see no fish except a bunch of tadpoles. It's terrible, guys. This is wrong. We paid taxes for 28 years. We're taxpayers. We're citizens. This shouldn't be thrown on anybody. And just because you think you're the Georgia DOT, the state of Georgia, that the residents has got to deal with what you want to throw on us, this is wrong. And someone needs to stand up and take responsibility. We've got a right for our pond to be back as it was, and what we had and what it took 28 years for me and my wife to build, and for Mother Nature to do her wonders, beautiful wonders on. This was a beautiful, beautiful, green, dark, clear water pond. It was an ecosystem, a complete ecosystem, thriving. And you shut the sunlight from it, guys. It's cut off. Permanent damage. I'll never see it back like it was. It'll take years to get it back. Years. End of finish. Monday, April 18th, Georgia DOT officials has assured me and my wife that they're going to take every precautions to protect this beautiful pond that we have on our property. This is a beautiful, beautiful pond. They've put the orange barrier up on, holding up, I guess, what the loggers are getting ready to do till they find out what they can do. We just hope they do the right thing. We'll see. 15, 2017. This is a natural buffer that we had that fed our pond. This is on David Dinner's land. Mark, this is for you. This is what you're humping in my pond. Silk screen's not holding. This is the inlet side of the pipe. You've devastated my pond. What it's got in it now that I know for a fact, Mark, it's clay particles. It ain't clearing up. I'm gonna go to the other side. This is the outlet side of the 36-inch pipe that feeds the ditch line, that feeds our pond. As far as you can see, that's muddy water. I'm gonna go down. The riffraff burns. That's what we got coming out of that. That's heading toward my pond. Come back around. Here's your burn. That's the outlet pipe. That's the kind of water entering my pond now. My pond has got clay particles in it. There's a reason it's staying muddy. And you know what that is. It's going to take one of 3 methods to get it out. And then that's only temporary. When we get this kind of water again, even if it's clear, it's going to disturb and muddy my pond up again. The DOT calls this. And here's the proof. Tons of muddy water. And that's the outlet side of the 36-inch pipe. There's the road. Here, 36-inch pipe. Rock filter berms, 1, 2. There's what we got coming out of, and that's heading toward my pond. Muddy water, Mark. Muddy water. This is looking back to the 4-lane, the construction site. Then I'm going to follow my way down to our pond. This is coming up onto our property line. Look at the debris that's come from the 4-lane. The volume and velocity of water is going to be devastating every time it comes a hard rain. This is our property line. Feeding in my pond. There's the house. I'm going to make my way on down. Just look at the devastation heading to my pond. And you guys said it ain't coming off the construction site. There's the house. And I had someone to comment, that's coming off the construction site. And I had an idiot comment that it was coming off of me. If I focus in on this is the kind of water comes off our land. This. As clear as it can be. We've always had that kind of clear water till this construction site comes. That's coming from on my property. This. And you're pumping this into me now. You can call that stained water. That's muddy water. Muddy water. You'll see no muddy water comes from my property. None of it. No muddy water here. My land, and the adjoining land only produce this kind of water that come off the buffer we had. Crystal clear. Crystal clear. And then when I go on down, this is what the DOT's popping in on us. There's the house. This is going right in the pond. And it's devastating. The DOT took away the natural buffer we had. And now they got so much hardscape in its place that we're going to experience flash flooding every time it comes a decent rain. The volume and the velocity of the water is what's going to be devastating. Me and my wife put these in here. I knew it had to happen. And I tried to get the DOT to look at it, and they ignored me. State of Georgia ain't even got this right. They ain't got a right to destroy what we've worked hard to have in our lifetime. This is my evidence. I'm going to get more. Mark, I hope this changed your mind. Independence.